fear, the fear of I don't want to start now. What if I start? Is someone going to make jest of me? Now, when it comes to like putting yourself out there or anything, like fear destroys more dreams than failure. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Fortune Love series, and in this channel, I share helpful tips to help women grow in their faith and in their career. If you're a new subscriber, welcome on board. If you're a new subscriber, my OG, thank you so much for supporting and show me all your love. I did not take it for granted. In this video, I'll be talking about how to overcome indecision. Let's get started. Indecision happens when there is fear of uncertainty. We cannot like I was listening to a podcast and then the woman was like, when you're not sure of how this thing is going to play out and this other thing too is going to play out, that's where indecision comes in. And indecision equals to procrastination because procrastination is a pillar of indecision. How can you tackle indecision, especially as a Christian, and then in your workplace or wherever you find yourself? So I've listed a couple of things that can help you out of your indecision and actually make a decision that you are a certain percentage sure of, and then with the risk, you can still make this decision and you'll be proud of yourself. First of all, to be able to make decisions, especially because most times it is these big problems. When we find a problem to be big, that's when we are like in that phase of indecision. We don't really know what to do, and then we're really worried that I don't want to make a mistake. But um one other podcast, I think I was listening to this podcast by Ruth Chang. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It was stated in the video that if you want to make a decision, don't allow the risks to make it feel bothersome for you to make a decision, because at the end of the day, with either decision that you make, there will be risks involved, and these risks will actually help you to make better plans in life, because there is no how you want to say that you've never made a mistake before in life. So these mistakes actually help us to become a better person, because we are all learning. Only somebody that is dead that stopped learning, because whether we like it or not, we pick things from our environment that we learn from. So whatever decision that you're going to make, just know that you will learn from it, and these lessons will help you as you continue in life. Whenever we're in a state of indecision, it is usually like we're mentally stuck, and then we don't know where to go to, whether to turn to the left or to turn to the right. So here are three strategies that can actually help us to be able to grow from that state of indecision. The first one is that you can't sit on the fence for too long. I want you to like reframe that problem or that thing that is making you to be indecisive. And what I mean by that is that imagine if the problem that you have at hand is that, will I break up with so and so? Definitely that kind of answer, even if someone is going to give you a response to that, you will still be in that state because of the way you framed the question. So it is very very good for you to like reframe the questions in your head, or maybe when you are asking somebody for a solution or something, like reframe the question in your head, because when you reframe the question, you would realize that your mindset or the feeling of being stuck is going to be kind of lifted, because you are moving towards a solution. So instead of, will I break up with so and so, how about you say that, what are my values and how do they align with this person? What are the values that I and this person have that do not align, that is causing a clash? Do you understand? Or you say that, in so and so years to come, will this thing matter to me if I place it as a priority? The solution, or you say maybe in terms of your career, you want to switch career. How about you put it like this, that in 5 years to come, if I have made progress in this career, will I find satisfaction as much as I would if I made progress in this particular career? Do you understand? Maybe if you want to change careers, you can put it like that. Like, if I make progress in this career in 5 years' time and in this other career, will I be satisfied with the progress that I've made, and will I be happy? So it will actually help you. So when you start to like reframe those questions in your mind, it will help you to leave that place of mentally stuck and start to move towards finding a solution. Also, when you start to like reframe these questions in your mind, and maybe you don't have an answer to it, maybe there are some types of questions that you have or some types of problems that you have, you can seek for an advice from somebody that can help you to just like shed more light on it. Do you understand? It can also be a Google search. You just ask that, okay, in this so and so thing, what are the progress that people have made in this particular career? What are the progress that people have made in this particular career? So that indecisiveness can also come to an end. And instead of you thinking of it as a roadblock, you actually see the solutions and see the gaps that, okay, I can come in this place and I don't have to really be stuck. Do you understand? And one reason why people like find themselves in indecision is because they are scared of the outcome of their decisions, and they are scared that, okay, it might lead to regret, it can lead to shame, it can lead to guilt. And sometimes people actually want to escape these things. Whereas in life, there is actually no escape route. And I read somewhere that fear is the crippling mindset that makes people stuck in indecision. The fear of failure. See, some people would never start something because of the fear of failure, and they don't know that even that failure is actually a learning curve. Like there is nobody that wants to pass that will not fail at some point. It's just a that's just a learning curve of life. It's not going to go like this boom. So it is better to just like make the decision that you want to make today and not procrastinate, and be at peace with that decision. And in terms of making decisions, also know that it is good to know what either side of that decision is. That, okay, it's either yes or no. Be very explicit with what you're seeking for, the answers that you want, so that you'll be able to nail it right on the head. That indecision that you have, at least you're going to move maybe from a 5% to like a 35%. And then, when you move at that point, you'll be able to see a bit clearer. And the truth of the matter is that nobody is actually certain of what tomorrow holds. We're just all like putting our best foot forward and just trying to make a change each day. So no, even if you ask God, there is really nothing. God will also tell you to walk by faith and not by sight, not be just moved by everything that you see, because nobody knows what tomorrow will hold for you. So it's just better to just like decision that you've made, you've weighed your options, or you've learned what each side means, and you're not stuck on either yes or no. You just like, okay, this is a 30 years, this is a 35 years, and you go with the one that truly matches your values or your principles, and then you keep working on it to help you to arrive at that 100% that you can now be so sure that, okay, now I want to do this. When I started YouTube, I did not know that this was the route that I was going to take. But here am I, taking each step each day, because I'm trusting the process that is going to move me closer to the life that I want. So sometimes the decision that you want is based on risks, and you're scared of this risk because you are not very, very confident in yourself that you'll be able to perform well when it comes to this risk. And the truth about life is that you would always be faced with risks. So stop putting behind like making decisions and say, okay, I can still escape this thing for a longer time or for a little while. Make decision today and work towards what you want to achieve, because you can achieve it. There are people that the progress that they started making was later in life, and there's some people that they started early. You will not now go and be looking at someone that started early and be comparing your growth to them. No, the options and the advantages that they had, the resources that they had, they are going to be clearly be different from your own. So look at somebody else that is currently in your situation that can shed more light on how to approach that thing better. That's why I talked about sharing. So it may not even be a person, it can be a website, it can be a resource, whatever it is that will just help you to shed more light on it. And then at the end of the day, you ask yourself that in 5 years, 10 years to come, if I continue to pursue this thing, is it going to make me happy? And then you're going to leave that place of indecision and actually be able to make better decisions for yourself. And another thing that I want to also like focus on is that there are three ways to judge a decision. The first one is, what is the worst case scenario? If I don't do this thing, what's the worst case scenario? If I do this thing, what's the worst case scenario? The second thing is that, what is the likelihood that this thing is going to happen? that worst case scenario, what's the likelihood that this particular thing is going to happen, what's the likelihood that it's not going to happen. And then third thing is that if it happens, what are the solutions? Do you understand? Imagine you pursuing a life for 10, 15 years and realizing that it's not even what you want to do. What is going to be your solution? You're not going to start again after that 15 years. So it's better just go for the one that you know that you're going to start. And even though it's going to take you a while to arrive there, at least you know that you're going to arrive there and you'll be happy. So when you bring these three things together, it also makes you to be able to like make a decision. And how can you also make better choices for yourself, especially when it comes to like some hard choices? Number one is that be more intentional, be more conscious, and be more in line with your core values. Be intent Don't lie to yourself. You are your you are your mirror. You mirror yourself, so don't lie to yourself. Be more in tune with your core values. These things, do they align very well with my core values? And your core values, they are going to be there forever. Do you understand? So if you change mouth today and say, oh, it doesn't really mean, that means that in future you are going to be sitting there and your conscience is going to continue to bite you till you change that thing. So it's better to just make sure you make decisions today that are intentional, that are conscious, and they align with your core values. Because fear destroys more dreams than failure. Fear, the fear of, I don't want to start now. What if I start? Is someone going to make jest of me? Now, when it comes to like putting yourself out there or anything, like fear destroys more dreams than failure. So always remember that. So if you want to make a decision, check. If I procrastinate, what's going to happen? That's number one. If I What's the worst case scenario about this thing? What's the worst that can happen because of this decision? Then number two, what's the likelihood that this so and so thing will happen because of this decision? What's so and so thing? Then what's the solution? What's going to be the solution for it? So I believe that if you apply these things, you can actually curb indecision and make better choices in your life. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. I will definitely check it out. If you like my videos, subscribe, like, share my content. I love you so much. Bye.